Good morning, dear students, and welcome to history class once again. Dear student, we are going to conduct a examination. I mean, first term examination of all subjects, and you will get more information from the school office. Message will reach. Okay. So syllabus of history. So please note the syllabus. Okay. You will have 3 lessons. Lesson number 1 and 2 from history and 1 lesson from civics. That is the unit legislature. After completing this lesson, we will start that lesson. So we have 3 lessons for history examination. Lessons 1 and 2 from history and 1 lesson from civics. Okay. So please revise these lessons that we have completed. Today we are going to complete this lesson. Okay. We are learning about the 4 years of the Indian National Congress. Our lesson is the growth of nationalism. No? There was the growth of freedom movement in India after the revolt of 1857. And we have learned about the various reasons for the growth of freedom movement in India. Economic exploitation of the Britishers. Repressive colonial policies, another reason. We have learned about the socio-religious reform movements, role played by Jyotiba Phule, role played by Rajaram Mohan Roy, then Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Dayananda Saraswati were some of the prominent figures of India. Okay, they were the great reformers. They reformed the society. So please remember the role played by Rajaram Mohan Roy and what were his works. Jyotiba Phule, a great reformer from Maharashtra, no? And his work. So please remember. Then we have learned about the role of the press. We have learned. In order to increase the speed or the pace of the national movement, so what was role played by the press? Okay, role played by the newspapers in India. These were the 4 causes for the growth of freedom movement in India on those days. And now we are going to learn about the formation of the Indian National Congress. And in the previous video we have learned, there were some associations in our country and these associations were there. For example, the Bengal British India Society, or the Landholder Society. We know that you know. Okay, some of the means what we can say associations which were there in India before the formation of the Indian National Congress. And these associations played a major role for the formation of the Indian National Congress. Okay, listen, we will learn first one, East India Association. East India Association was founded in London in 1866 by Dadabhai Naoroji. The association provided information on all Indian subjects to British citizens and members of Parliament. Dadabhai Naoroji was known as the Grand Old Man of India, and he was also known as the unofficial ambassador of India in England. Okay, he was a member of the British Parliament. His association voiced the grievances of Indians and suggested remedial measures. He presented the demands of the Indians in the British Parliament and also suggested about remedial measures. Dadabhai Naoroji, the Grand Old Man of India, was of the opinion that the British were basically just and good. This was the concept of Dadabhai Naoroji about the Britishers. Okay. And he wanted to place the true state of affairs in India before the people of England so that the problems of the Indians may be resolved. The association had its branches in Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai. So in 1866, before the formation of the Indian National Congress, Dadabhai Naoroji, he was one of the prominent leader of the freedom movement of India, Okay, formed or founded an association. It was known as the East India Association in London. And what was the main aim of this East India Association? Okay, please remember that. And now second association, Indian Association. The Indian Association was meant to be an all India movement. It was headed by Surendranath Banerjee. The association had lawyers, professionals and educated middle class as its members. Surendranath Banerjee was also a great freedom fighter and a great leader, and he formed a association, Indian Association, and this association had branches in Bengal as well as in towns outside Bengal. Mainly it considered it work in Bengal. Okay, and the objectives of this association: creation of a strong body of public opinion, integration of Indian people on the basis of common political interests, promotion of friendly relations between Hindus and Muslims, mass participation of public movements. Mass participation means more participation of the people in the movement. Okay, where some of the aim of the Indian Association founded by Surendranath Banerjee in Bengal in 1876. Okay, so Indian Association, East India Association were the foreigners of the Indian National Congress. Okay, the organizations were there before the formation of the Indian National Congress in India. And this Indian Association had some achievements also. It launched agitations against oppressive acts such as the License Act, Dams Act and the Vernacular Press Act, and against lowering the age limit of ICS, Indian Civil Service Examination. It also took up the cause of the workers on the British-owned plantations. However, the association failed to attain an all-India character. That was a shortcoming. It could not attain an all-India character means, okay, it didn't spread everywhere. Only it had its importance in or the influence in Bengal only. That is the meaning. Already we have learned about the Indian Arms Act, the Vernacular Press Act, okay, License Act, no? Okay, the Indian Association, okay, launched agitations against oppressive acts of the Britishers, or it started a campaign against these oppressive rules. Okay, and the third one, Indian National Conference. In 1883, Surendranath Banerjee convened the All India National Conference at Kolkata. It was a provincial organization. It offered a model to the Indian National Congress, which was formed 2 years later. Okay. Third organization before the formation of the Indian National Congress was the Indian National Conference. Since both these bodies served the same purpose, that is to work for the welfare of Indians, it merged with the Indian National Congress in December 1886. So, the Indian National Conference merged with the Indian National Congress in 1886 after the formation of the Indian National Congress, because both had the same purpose, the same aim, and that is why merging was there. Okay, please remember the East India Association, Indian Association, Indian National Conference, not Congress. Okay, and now formation of the Indian National Congress. We will learn about the various steps involved for the formation of the Indian National Congress. Various political organizations mentioned earlier, I mean East India Association, Indian Association, Indian National Conference, the Landholder Society in Kolkata, okay, were local in character. All these were local in character, means these associations had a presence in some areas only, local in character. However, their activities had prepared the ground for the creation of an All India Political Association. So that is the point. These associations played a major role for the formation of an a national organization. While the Indian leaders like Surendra Banerjee, okay, Dadabhai Naoroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, Badruddin Tayyabji and Justice Ranade were moving towards the formation of an All India political body. They were trying to form an All India association. So then what happened? Luckily for them, help in this direction came from a strange source, from A.O. Hume, a retired British member of the Indian Civil Service. So Indian leaders were trying to form an association, an All India association. Then they got a help from A.O. Hume, Alan Octavian Hume. He was a retired officer. He wanted to set up an association that would draw the government's attention to the administrative drawbacks and suggest means to rectify them. Hume wrote an open letter to the graduates of the Calcutta University asking from them to dedicate themselves to the service of the people by forming a union to organize a well-defined course of action. This appeal produced the desired result. Okay, A.O. Hume wrote a letter to the graduates of the Calcutta University and they replied. In 1854, Hume, in consultation with the Indian leaders, laid the foundation of Indian National Union. The conference of the representatives of different parts of India was convened by the Union at Pune on December 25, 1885. Plague broke out in Pune at that time. So the meeting of the Union was held at Goguldas Tejwal Sanskrit College, Mumbai from December 28 to 31, 1885 under the presidency of Umesh Chandra Banerjee or W.C. Banerjee. It was attended by 72 delegates. The first meeting of the International Congress at Mumbai, Please remember the place and the date. On the suggestion of Dadabhai Naoroji, the name of the union was changed to the Indian National Congress. So Dadabhai Naoroji suggested the name of the Congress, his party. Thus, the foundation of the Indian National Congress was laid on December 28, 1885. The formation of the Indian National Congress, the first organized political party in India. And we have learned the name and the achievements of some organizations. So these organizations were the forerunners of the Indian National Congress. The associations were there in India before the formation of the Indian National Congress. Okay. And when was the first meeting of the Indian National Congress and where was it? So please remember this. Okay. Then after the formation of the Indian National Congress, the Viceroy Lord Dufferin was there. Favored the formation of the Congress. He was supporting the formation of the Indian National Congress because he wanted to act as a safety valve for popular discontent, thereby safeguarding the British interests in India. The Congress stood for the hopes and aspirations of the people of India who accepted its leadership in launching the freedom movement. It achieved the goal of freedom in 1947. Okay, that we will learn afterwards. What we will learn? The role played by the Congress in order to achieve the freedom in 1947, August 15. Okay. In the coming lessons, we will learn the role played by Indian National Congress, and we will learn about the early nationalists and the assertives. We will learn means the two groups of leaders in the Indian National Congress. So when was the formation of the Indian National Congress? 1885, there was the formation of the Indian National Congress. Okay, where was the first meeting? Okay, please remember this one. And now, aims of the Indian National Congress. what were the initial aims of this party, political party. In his presidential address at the first session meeting of the Indian National Congress, W.C. Banerjee declared the following as the aims of the Indian National Congress. So W.C. Banerjee was the first president of the Indian National Congress. Okay, please remember. Then in the first meeting, he declared the aims of the Congress. So which were the aims? To promote friendly relations between nationalist political workers from different parts of the country. Promote friendly relations between the leaders, I mean political workers from various parts of the country. And second one, to develop and consolidate the feeling of national unity irrespective of caste, religion or province. Feelings in order to increase the feeling of nationalism. And third one, to formulate popular demands and present them before the government. One of the most important aim of the Congress was to frame the demands of the people and its presentation before the government, and to train and organize public opinion in the country. Okay, people's opinion. Train and organize. The Congress, you will learn, the Congress gave political education to the people. Okay, that we will learn how it was. The Congress held its sessions every year in December to chalk out programs to achieve its aim. Changes were made in the above mentioned aims of the Congress from time to time according to the changed circumstances. Okay. And from 1885 to 1947, the Indian National Congress had a meeting. Every year it had a meeting, and these meetings were known as the annual sessions of the Indian National Congress. In Lucknow, in Kanpur, in Allahabad, in Varanasi, in Mumbai, in Calcutta. Okay, you will learn about the famous sessions of the Indian National Congress. Okay, 1907. There was a meeting of the Indian National Congress Surat in Gujarat. Why this was important? Okay, 26 Kolkata. Okay, and we know that one now 1929. There was a famous meeting of the Indian National Congress at Lahore. Lahore session of the Indian National Congress. Why it was important? Okay, it means Congress had a meeting every year. And in this meeting, delegates from various parts of the country reached and they discussed. Okay, and these meetings gave a new energy to the political party. Okay, so we have completed the lesson, I mean second lesson, rise or growth of nationalism in India. So once again, let me sum up the lesson. So first of all, please understand the meaning of the term nationalism. Second point, please remember the 4 reasons for the growth of nationalism in India. First one, economic exploitation of the Britishers. Second one, repressive colonial policy of the Britishers. Third one, socio-religious reform movements. And the fourth reason was the role of the press. Okay, these were the 4 reasons for the growth of nationalism. And then we have learned about the formation of the Indian National Congress. So please remember the names of the associations which were there in India before the formation of the Indian National Congress. And then we have learned about the formation of the Indian National Congress, a role played by A.O. Hume. And where was the first meeting of the Indian National Congress? All this please revise and remember and ready for the examination. And tomorrow in the next video we will start the civics lesson about the Parliament of India, Indian Parliament. Very interesting lesson. Okay, so we will learn about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Okay, what is the role of the Lok Sabha, what is the role of the Rajya Sabha, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, powers of the Parliament of India, election of the members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. all we will learn. So these 3 lessons will be there for the examination. So prepare and ready for the examination. Okay. Thank you.